Is this? Oh, I was gonna say, good morning, everybody. This is Jack Gleason with StartupTrading.com. It is 8 a.m. November 26, 2019, and we're doing a market analysis here to get the get day started. So I do want to start off with the S&P 500, talk about a couple levels above, both on the major time frame as well as the smaller time frame. To be aware, we have very large upside profit targets that we are pretty close to coming into. They are 31.48. We've come 3 points away from hitting this negative 23% profit target that literally goes all the way back to 2018. The high here of the end of the year 2018 to high had a halfway back that traded on the 3rd of June, and then we retested and traded the next halfway back on the 6th of August in the after hours, and that upside profit target is coming into play here. So just be aware of that, guys. That is a major target, and really one of the biggest negative 23% profit targets that I have up here. Now on the more recent daily time frame, there is an extension here in the S&P 500 from the high of October 30th to high. Now this extension has traded and completed its profit target. The last time we traded this, you can see we went sideways 1, 2, 3, fourth day was a touch again, and then we ripped up and then completed our negative 61.8% profit targets up near 31.23. That same anchor new high came into play. So that same high from October 30th to high has come into play, and that upside profit target is 31.50. It looks like 31.50.75 area. So you need to be aware of that profit target. After really breaking our short setups, so like above the opposing 61.8 and validating it, we actually had a very aggressive gap up. So we do have some gaps below here from Sunday night. What I would ideally like to see, the pullback I'm looking for is the low from last week on Wednesday to high. I'd like to see that trade here today, and that is going to bring us into 31.1775. That is a pretty large support level for me. Now, if we do not hold that, there's a possibility we run into the gap fill from Friday. So that gap fill is 31.12 area. So 31.1775 is going to be our first level of support. We have a daily leg start on the 3-hour candle. It's the full 50% retracement from last week's low. And right now in the overnight session, I'm going to show you guys, there was a really aggressive extension series here for the S&P 500. I'm going to go to like a tick chart to show you guys. And this began out of Friday. Zoom in here. We started with our first extension anchor here at 31.02 to high, traded once to target, twice to target. Then we blew out Sunday night. We began extensions from 31.10 to high. We traded those to our targets. We then began another extension from 31.21 half to high. We traded those to target. We blew out of those. We went extension to extension. That completed profit target, and then that final extension there broke. And we've been trending down ever since. That final extension broke at 31.40 quarter, and the market has been trending down ever since. I'm going to go back and delete these draws and show you guys what we're set up in now. There's a possibility now that we've broken that up sequence that we do come full halfway back short from the overnight high to low. That overnight high was like a news high. It was very aggressive, really quick, and really ever since it traded, it was a squeeze and a new all-time highs, and then just a rip lower. There is an extension here from 31.41 that I'm paying attention to that is currently in play, but I'm going to leave up the full 50% retracement, guys. If we can stay below 31.38 half, we are going to work our way down to the profit target here at 31.24 and just be looking for shorts of that sequence. Now the VIX, which is something I want to point out here today on the daily chart, has a full 50% retracement long, which leads to hedging in the S&P 500. We had the VIX roll, the futures rolled here, okay, and then that's where this gap comes from. This massive gap from sub 13 all the way up to 15 is because of the VIX roll. Now that halfway back creates a bid. Yesterday we closed right on it. Okay, and then right now, I'm going to zoom in here, we're holding the 50% retracement short from the week. So the overnight high Sunday to the overnight low from Monday going into Tuesday. If we break above that 1440, that invalidates this current short trend, and meaning this major long holds in the VIX, and that can lead to selling in the S&P 500. This is the first opportunity that hedgers get to put on at a 50% retracement in VIX after the roll, which can create selling here in the S&P 500. So really pay attention to that. Now, moving on to gold. Gold also rolled over here in the overnight session. We are now on the GC G20 contracts, so we're moving into 2020 contracts for some of our futures products. After the roll here in the after hours, the continuous contract held the low of Monday to the high. We completed our profit targets. That same low to high also has gotten a bid here. Now, both of those levels have been front run. They have not traded exactly to their 50% level. If we break above 1466, that could validate a major long trend here in gold. 1458 is a level that I've had up for quite some time in gold, and it is a major extension. It is the high before the breakout of 2019, too high, and gold also retesting its breakout level going back to July when there was some serious volatility. So this is a really important possibility for us to begin a major trend in gold. We want to look for a break above 1466. If we can't break above 1466, guys, and we continue to hold below those lows, gold could be in for a major stop run. All right. Moving on to bonds. Bonds also rolled their futures here. We are trading the full 50% retracement short of the continuous contract from the high of the 20th to the low of the overnight session. That is a 159.31. 159.31. And then also, if you look at the daily, there's a major 50% retracement short from the high of the 8th of October to the low of the 8th of November. And that's really all I'm going to have here for this morning, guys. Actually, let me quickly go over oil. If oil can trade, where'd it go? If oil can trade the full 50% retracement at 57.82, that's going to be a level of support I am looking at. Guys, if you appreciated this video, please share it. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Huge help. I'll be continuing to do more and more of these videos and making a comeback in 2020. Everyone take care and have a great day. Feel free to leave your comments below.